Dear students, in this video, I will discuss about organizational communication or workplace communication. So, what do you understand by organizational communication? And how is it done in an organization? And how we can utilize this organizational communication at our workplace to benefit our interpersonal relations and to make them stronger. So, firstly, let us understand that organizational communication is made from two words. You can group them into two: organization and communication. So, what is an organization? As you can see in this material, an organization is an arrangement of people to perform some particular task or purposes. So, what is an organization? It is basically an arrangement or a set of people. This arrangement can be on the basis of their work, their post, their seniority, their position, etc. to perform some particular task or purpose. So, any organization or any unit has a purpose, a mission, because of which it is functioning, because of which it is working, and also some tasks or actions that they have to perform, that they have to do in order to achieve that purpose or mission. So, organization is basically a group of people who have a common mission and they are working for it by their actions or steps. Then, what is communication? Communication, as we all know, is exchange of ideas, plans, knowledge, and information. So, what is communication? Communication is when you are exchanging. Exchanging means you are giving something and you are taking something in return. So, basically, in communication, there is a sender who is sending the information, and a receiver who receives the information. And after the sending and receiving of that information or message is done, ideas or thoughts, plans, knowledge, and information is shared. So, now after understanding organization and communication, you can collaborate it as the sharing of ideas, plans, and knowledge that is done among people who are working for a common mission or for a particular task in an organization is said to be organizational communication. This you can again see here as thus organizational communication means all the pattern, networks, and systems of communication within an organization. So, all the channels, all the pattern, that is, all the ways, all the modes, all the methods by which you are communicating, that is, sharing information, ideas, or thoughts within an organization, within a company or a firm or a unit, is called organizational communication. Now we will dig in a little deep into organization communication, and here we can see the forms of organizational communication. So, in an organization or in a company or in a unit at your workplace, there are two common types of communication that is done. First is formal communication, and the second is informal communication. So, now what is formal communication? Communication that takes place within the organizational work arrangements. So, when you are communicating in between or among people that is related to their work, or the ideas, information, or the thoughts that you are sharing are based upon the work that you have to do, and you talk about only what is being done in regard to the work that is allotted to you, and also the channel is formal, then you call it a formal communication. So basically, in simple words, we can say that formal communication is what you do with your colleagues, with your seniors, or with your juniors, and the topic that you talk about is only related to your work purely. No personal message, no personal thoughts are shared in formal communication. For example, manager asks his or her employees to do a task. So suppose your manager or your senior has asked you to make a presentation regarding the orientation of new employees. Orientation is when new employees join the company. So you tell them about the policies, about the laws, about the different departments that the organization is functioning, so that they get a little insight, a little knowledge, a whole idea about how they have to be in acting as a part of the firm, and what is their position, and how they can take help or support from the others. So if your manager has asked you to make a presentation on the orientation of new employees, then that is formal communication. He might have mailed you, or he might have called you and told you to do this. So this form of message that you are getting from your manager is a formal communication. Now, coming on to the second type of communication that we have, it is informal communication. So now, what is informal communication? Communication that is not defined by organization, structural hierarchy, or order. So when you are communicating in a way that there is no formal structure or channel that is followed, like it is not that you have to first report to the one who is your senior, then that senior can report to his senior, and then you can reach out to the MD. In fact, if you have to talk about something, you can directly go and talk to the MD or managing director. Even at times, you can talk openly if your chairman is present or your vice president is present, and you don't have to go in the order or in the hierarchy. That is the way every reporting is done. You don't have to follow the step by step order. So basically, in informal communication, any person can reach out to anyone irrespective of their post or position in the company. There is no barrier in terms of like you are a junior, so you cannot talk to the vice president or to the general manager. There is no restriction that you have. For example, employees conversation during lunch. So when employees are sitting together for maybe purposes like a lunch or a free time, then they have informal communication. Informal also means that this is not related to their work. It might be, it might not be. They also share their personal thoughts or their feelings or general piece of information. It might not be purely work. So that is what you call an informal communication. Two things. Firstly, this is not purely related to work at times, and also no proper channel of communication is defined and people can approach one another irrespective of their position in the company. Next, we have the purposes of informal communication. So it is seen that there are two major purpose or two major reasons why people go for informal communication. First is social interaction. So by social interaction we mean that man is a social animal. So if you are working anywhere, then you also develop some friendly terms with the people you are working, and you get acquainted to them, you have relationships with them. So you talk about your personal stuff when you get time, maybe during lunch or in a get together. So that is one purpose, that people want to be part of a group and they want friendships, and so they talk. The second is enhance the organizational performance. Also, at times, companies also prefer informal communication because this gives the freedom to the people, to the employees, to express themselves. So they are not bound and they are not restricted, and they can come up with original thoughts and ideas. Like, suppose a new trainee has joined the company and we are discussing how we will do the orientation in the next year, what changes we can add on. So there are chances that a new employee with fresh ideas, who has recently been a part of the orientation or the welcoming that was done, can give better inputs. So at times organizations also want people to have informal communication so that better inputs can be given for their work. That's all in this video. Thank you.